What's going on, my beautiful love buckets? How y'all doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So as you guys know, we're doing another talk mess about tattoo video today, but I have a special surprise for the last tattoo we talk about. Think you're gonna like it. Oh, and no, y'all don't get to see me eat any snacks in the beginning of this video today, mainly because I ate all the calories I'm allowed to eat for the day, and I'm trying to lose this dad bod. Trying to get sexy for the winter. For next winter. I hate summer. But with that being said, let's get into this first tattoo video thingy mabob. This one. So that's it. Let's talk about it, I guess. It says first tattoo on someone else. Quick little backstory on me real quick. The first tattoo I did was on myself. Soon after, the first tattoo I did on somebody else was a 4-leaf clover on my mom on her wrist. Pretty much, let me see if it's gonna show it, not my face. Pretty much something like that, but on her same arm, same wrist. So a few years later, when I was able to give her some pointers, I had her do the same thing on me. So that's why I have a messed up 4-leaf clover on my wrist, but it's gonna stay there for the entirety until she decides to fix it. Maybe, I don't know, that shit hurt. Doing the first tattoo on somebody else is an exhilarating feeling. Feels good. Super nerve-wracking because of course nobody wants to mess up a tattoo, but it happens, and it most likely will happen. But let's talk about this guy's first tattoo he did on somebody else. Let's talk about this wipe real quick. He's wiping the tattoo down with no glove on. You know, sometimes it happens. I'm not saying you really shouldn't do that, but once in a while it happens. But if we take a closer look, his fingers are black. His fingers are black. So I can 90% sure guarantee that he did the tattoo without the gloves. If he did it on a family member, like I did my first tattoo, maybe he can get away with it because, you know, sometimes family's cool with that. I don't think my entirety of tattooing I have ever tattooed without gloves. No, I don't think I can pinpoint a time when I tattooed without gloves. If I had no gloves, even from the very beginning, I knew gloves, necessity. First and foremost, you cannot get away from it. Like I said, this guy looks like he used not one glove, at least not on this hand. Then he goes to wipe it. This is the end result, guys. I think I've seen this drawing before. I might have even done it before. I don't know if she purposely wanted an infinity sign in the middle of the rose or where the rose is blooming, or if he traced the design wrong. That's up for debate. I'm hoping this is like his sister or something, not like an outside person that was just like, oh, I do tattoos. Like this is his coworker or something. He's just talking about, man, fuck this job. I do tattoos anyway. Oh, really? You do tattoos? Yeah, baby, come through. I got you for the low. And this is what he gave her. He kind of lost the opportunity to make that a thing, but at least he still has his day job, so that's a good thing. Critiques, really? Just the lines obviously are not straight. Some of them you could tell that they were passed over a few too many times. That's why some are thicker than others. There's this little corner right here that might have been attempted to be shaded. I'm not 100% on that one. This is kind of it. We all start somewhere. I will say that. We all start somewhere. We gotta just keep it moving forward. Next time he does the same exact design, because I know he will, he's gonna do it a lot better the next time, I promise you. And if he doesn't, you're making me look bad, man. You better get your shit together. Now, for this next one, remember how on almost every one of my videos I mentioned some way, somehow that I don't like face tattoos, and I won't ever do a tattoo. I won't ever want to do a tattoo. No one has offered me enough money to do a face tattoo yet. So until that day, I will continue to talk trash on these face tattoos. I'm pretty sure you can imagine why I'm bringing it up now, because we are going to finally review a face. Well, actually, no, I don't think we've reviewed a face tattoo yet. I just talked about somebody that had a face tattoo. Yeah, so let's talk about this face tattoo. he fucking baptized his ass. Kapow! No, we gotta do it step by step. This is what he originally had. It looks to be that this tattoo that we are seeing right now is covering up something he previously had before. Was not done good. Obviously, that's why we're here to begin with. Yeah, it's kind of very hard to like distinguish between what was old and what was new, because it is quite literally just a grayish circle on his face with a little bit of green leaf coming through the side. But that's why he hit up the boy to get it fixed up, because he couldn't go to nobody else to get it done better at all whatsoever. Okay, so the video goes by pretty quick. So it goes from old to stencil. This is drawn on with pen, most likely a big ballpoint pen, and he's going to fix up the rose that is there, right? And we all know what a rose looks like. Usually red, sometimes they're white, sometimes you can see like a blue one here and there. Is there real blue roses in real life, in like nature? I heard a long time ago that blue is not a naturally occurring color in nature. Redundant. But either way, let's get back to the task at hand. He drew on the what am I going to say?
Today, Junior.
He drew on with pen what he wants the rose to look like. Okay, but okay, that's what I was gonna say. Roses are usually red. Violets are usually sorry. It's another late night record session, okay? So bear with me, have patience with me. Sometimes I say shit and I don't realize it until it comes out. But roses are usually red, but for tattoos, blue roses do very well for cover up. Go ahead and get to this end result. He has a 4-leaf clover too. Oh my God, we're twins. I would say ignorance is bliss, but it's kind of hard to accept the fact that people are ignorant enough to not know, one, roses aren't green. I've never seen a green rose. The stem and the leaves being green, I don't know why he pretty much colored it in a solid dark green like that. It makes no sense to do that. I don't know where he went from, all right, cool, I'm about to draw this rose out. It's gonna be so fly. I'm gonna line it out again, make it look good. The lines are trash. Lines are garbage. It looks like a head of lettuce that's exploding from the center. It doesn't really look like a rose at all. The only reason why I could say it's a rose is because I know it's supposed to be one. He had a little bit of black shading in some of the corners or off of some of the lines. It didn't It didn't help at all. I don't understand how you can get to this point. It doesn't make any sense to me. There's no way artistically you are in the middle of doing this and think, this is going perfect. This is exactly what I want to happen. By golly, Marge. We're gonna hit the streets with this one. Again, adding red where it doesn't belong. This is very depressing. We always start these off. Sometimes we start these off kind of cool, but this one is throwing me for a loop. He's probably gonna find somebody else to do another cover up after that. There's no way he was happy after that. So have you guys ever seen the videos of, they have a service that they give, right? And they say, this is what I charge for this service, or this is how long it took to do this service. We seen on the last one, the lady, whatever, De Jesus, she says she charged X amount and it took X amount of time, which the price we can believe, but the time we don't believe. I feel like a lot of people do that and they purposely put the wrong price to get you to rage bait. Again, I say these things to lead into the next video, which you are going to see right now. This is what you get for $400 per hour. Still wiping. Can we please move it along, you slow sack of shit? Thank you. Jeez. So we can go ahead and fast forward the bullshit ass, slow ass wipe that killed every brain cell I had left in my body, which wasn't many. Boom. And then we can enhance right how we want to. Oh, I see what it's doing here. It's doing the see no, speak no, hear no evil. You know what I mean? $400 per hour. Some of the best tattoo artists I've ever seen, the most I've ever heard was $200 an hour, which even for as immaculate as the work they do, I think is a bit of a stretch, okay? Because not only is it X amount per hour, most tattoo artists, especially good tattoo artists, I will say that, work so slow. By the end of getting a tattoo the size of your palm, you're spending like $2,000. Crazy work. Couldn't be me. Can't do it. I couldn't pay that amount. I wouldn't want to pay that amount. I could. I got dough. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Kinda. Not really. None of your business. After I get this 1,000 subscribers, I will have the dough. And then after I get this 1,000, y'all gonna win the tattoo, right? Yeah, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page. But so much money for such a little bit, it will never make sense to me. And then on the flip side, I could never charge somebody that amount of money because it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not gonna ask of somebody that I wouldn't do myself. So my logic is maybe on the high end, 200 an hour is okay for like the elite tattoo artists, right? But for like the average Joes, which I will bunch myself into the average Joes, 120 an hour, you're making a good living there. Especially most people tattoo slow as dog shit. So does it really matter you're hourly when you're tattooing at the pace of a snail? I don't think it really does. You know, either way. So back to this guy, 400 an hour. This shouldn't have cost 400 period. Because if we zoom in top to bottom, we doing that again? All right, let's go. The strands of hair that is supposed to give that effect of strands does not look good at all. It's too dark in the center, but then he has that weird bald spot. It looks like she got her hair ripped out from one of these hands that's covering up something. Certain spots you can see he put too much white in it. Again, for those who don't know, white is not a stay be forever color. It is a highlight color. It really makes the tattoo look good when it's fresh. Sometimes it can stay while it's healed, but not that often, honestly. So the fact that he put so much white into it shows that he was probably trying to cover some of the mistakes that he made during the tattoo. Move down a little bit further. Fingers look like sausages. Don't really like them. He put the knuckle creases in it, yes, but the shape of them is all wrong. She got half human, half pig nose. I don't know what's going on there. Shading determines what a nose will look like. You might not think about it like that, but if you shade it straight, it makes the nose look funny like that. You have to shade within the curvature of what the nose is supposed to look like. The hand covering up her ear, I can't really see too well, so I'm not going to comment on that. The lips, not too bad. They look all right. Again, a little bit too much white for me. The hand doing this, not that bad either. A little bit cleaner, still a little bit funky shaped. He put line work where I don't think it needed to be. And now that I'm looking at it and we went from top to bottom and I could tell it's slowly getting better the lower we go. It's probably one of those cases where tattoo artists, we almost always start at the bottom, work our way up, because when we wipe, we don't want to wipe away the stencil below the area we're tattooing. So if we start at the bottom, there's no stencil below it to wipe away, right? That is also when you have your most energy, your most hype for the tattoo. You are doing the most detail. You're paying the most attention to everything because it's the beginning of the tattoo. You're not tired yet, you're not fatigued, your hands not tired, your eyes aren't tired, your back doesn't hurt. Everything is going great at the beginning of the tattoo. Towards the end is when you really have to bunker down. That's where your back starts to hurt, your head's starting to hurt depending on how long the tattoo takes. And that's when you are just all around getting tired of doing the tattoo. It's a sad but honest truth. So with that knowledge, it looks like starting from the bottom, he was all gung-ho, he was happy about it, he was doing his best, he was fresh and ready to do it as good as he possibly can. Got up a little bit further, got to the mouth. He might have had a mishap somewhere around the nose, and then from there it was just a rapid decline down. So for him to say $400 an hour, we know that's rage bait. Stop lying to people. That's not nice, but it's a way to get comments, even though he turned his comments off. So shut my mouth and call me Skippy. Besides the bullshit about how much he charged an hour, which we know by now that it is bullshit. This tattoo is a good base to show that he can progress and get better as he tries more intricate tattoos. So with that being said, congratulations, you're on your way. I appreciate you, love you. Not really, I don't know you. So now we are to the grand finale. I'll be doing the scrolly scroll, how I find these videos and these tattoos. So a couple of days ago, I was scrolling and I seen a bad tattoo. So I was like, I could talk. Oh, not ho. I said, that I can talk about this on a video. So I sent it to myself. Bing. Boom, done, easy. Then, and boom, I seen another bad tattoo. So I was like, I could talk about that too. Boom, sent it to myself, right? Cool. As I was screen recording these so I can review these with you guys, I seen one, clicked on it. I was like, damn, I remember that was really bad. And I seen key details, right? Started scrolling, found the next one. Then I seen another one, very similar tattoo. And I was like, hey, this looks very close to the video I just saw. I wonder who copied who, right? Background looks the same. Okay. Style's the same. Okay. Go back to the other video. Same shit. All right. It's the same guy. I sent myself 2 different tattoos from the same guy. So, with that being said, I want to view both these tattoos with you, and then we'll talk a little bit. Okay. I'm glad we're okay. We'll get First one. Same one. Okay, thank you. Let's move on. Next one. Now, am I wrong? His arm looks so weird. I think the key detail in this, obviously besides the quality of it, was the fact that both Jesuses are facing the same direction and they both have colored eyes. And we know how I feel about colored eyes in portraits. Fucking hate it. Love Jesus. Love my God Jesus. But the color in the eyes, and then they're not even the same color. These are green, the other ones are blue. And as we all know, Jesus was a black man.
I rode into town on an ass. Yo mama's ass.
And so he had brown eyes. I don't know what's going on here. But then we have... which one y'all want to start with? You want to start with the first one I looked at? Okay, let's start with the first one. So, real quick, because we got a lot to talk about. Crown of Thorns, yeah, sure, let's go with that. It's as rugged as thorns should be, I guess. So, maybe you got a point there. Colored eyes, beard, he lined it all the way through. Very rough, patchy shading. He gave him some Bugs Bunny teeth. He put some lines in the lips, too. That's a little off. The hand. I know this is supposed to be a perspective thing where it's Jesus's hand holding the rosary. I guess kind of like in front of him type of thing, and then there's a rose under it. I'm not worried about the rose. The rose is somewhat acceptable. It's probably the best part of this entire tattoo, but the hand looks so clunky and so much bigger in comparison to Jesus. It looks like the Hulk is reaching around about to choke his shit out. Like, gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Actually, the rosary, the actual like cross on the rosary, crucifix, cross, whatever, is probably the best part of this tattoo. And yeah, no, I don't know. I take that back. Scratch that. Control-Alt-Delete. So there's that, right? And then let's move forward to the blue-eyed one. This one is... I don't know in real time which one he did first. They're both equally as bad. This one seems like it has a little bit more tricks in it, if that makes sense. Like the hair, the whisks, the wispiness of the hair looks a little bit better than the last one. The beard has a little curly Q in it. That's cute. But I don't know. I say I don't know a lot. I must not know shit. But I don't know why, my guy. This ain't Jesus. This is Tyrone Biggums.
Peanut butter and crap.
Them eyelashes. He put eyelashes on one eye, not the other. The eyes in general are so crazy looking. So let me, I can't just rag. I gotta give some constructive criticism, right? Let me explain something design wise. When you think of eyes, you think of the pupil, the color part, and then you think of the white part. But it's not really white. Yes, it's white, but in real life you have shadows. It has like a little hue. It shows off the reflection of other things. And even with tattoos, they're not fully white like this. When you tattoo eyeballs, they have shadows in them as well. They're not excluded from physics of the world. So when you color eyes in, like the white part of the eyes in like this, it only makes it look crazy. It's psychotic looking. It gives you that uncanny valley feeling, you know what I mean? In my professional opinion, when you do eyes, you put a dot of white where the highlight is, which is usually around the pupil area, and then you could put like a line of white under, maybe right next to the color of the eyes. That's about it. That's pretty much all you need. You don't need to fill them in white because they will never look like you think it's supposed to look. And then again, his lips, I don't know why he went from black and gray the entire thing, color in the eyes. Yes, it's stupid, but a lot of people do it, so it makes sense why he put color in the eyes. But he made the lips pink. He purposely poured out pink. Or is that blood? If it's not blood, he purposely poured out pink specifically, solely, and only for the lips. I don't know why you would do that. You had to make a decision. He made an artistic decision for that, and he made a wrong decision. The whole point I saved these videos for last is one, because it's the same person, and I by chance sent me both their tattoos. They're both Jesus, and they both look kind of crazy. So by chance, on the day that I'm recording this video right here, right now, I did a a religious piece. It does have Jesus in it, but it has other fashion icons in it as well. But then also yesterday, I did a Jesus piece. So by chance, I seen this guy's Jesus pieces back to back, and I did Jesus pieces back to back. And I haven't showed y'all much of my work besides for like a couple videos here and there. So I'm kind of excited to show you guys. I'm trying to be sneaky this time. You guys keep making fun of me in my chapstick breaks. The tattoo that I did today is this one. This is St. Jude, Virgin Mary, and Jesus, and then a rose at the bottom, and then a cross in the middle, and it has words up top and below. Below is last name, up top is in Spanish, so if you know what it says, let me know. As I've stated before, I am America. So let's review my tattoo, shall we? So I used a 3-liner for a majority of this entire tattoo, but for the rose, I used it exclusively. I like the little pepper look. It made it a little bit softer because this is on a woman's arm. So for me to make it a little bit softer and feminine, I like to do this little peppery look. To me, it correlates to me, okay? So if you don't like it, fuck off. If you do like it, thank you. Okay, so zoom in, St. Jude. So this is kind of where I'm talking about when it comes to the white, right? Just a little dot right there. It gives a little bit of twinkle, a little bit of shine. I put a little bit of white on the nose just to define it a little bit more. A little bit of dot in the lip, a little bit of lining. All you need. A lot of this is contrast. It's black, skin gaps, some shading here and there. Again, I use the 3-liner for the beard and for the hair. So the beard, the mustache, and the hair itself. Some of the little fine details, I did the 3-liner for the eyes and the eyebrows, the nose as well. The bigger areas, I used a 11 curved mag, standard, not bug pen. Now let's go to the Virgin Mary. Same thing. Her headdress, hood thing, I used the 3-liner for as well. Same nose, lips, eyes, eyebrow, hair, 3. Everything else I did the 11 mag. The reason why we're looking at this is for the comparison of the Jesus. It's a little off kilter because the angle it is, I didn't take the best photo. I should have took my time and took a better photo, but this is what we got. Same thing. A little dot goes a long way when it comes to the eye. There's a little bit of shading where the white is not fully white. That's what makes it look a little bit more realistic. And by the way, since I did 3, count them, 3 portraits on a woman arm, a very skinny arm, each face is about that big. So that's why I used a 3-liner for the majority of it instead of like a mag or whatever for all of it, because each face is about this big. So I know it looked a little bit bigger in the photo, but trust me, it was difficult. Now let's take a look at the Jesus I did yesterday. I think this is the best we're gonna be. There's a little bit of glare in it. Excuse me, guys. So I know I talk about cover-ups a lot as well. This one at the top, I'm sure you can see it, is a cover-up. He had something in Hebrew, I believe, across the forearm. So when I did this tattoo, he wanted to cover it up. The thorns landed almost perfectly, so we used that. Same thing for his hair and small detail areas. I believed I used a 5-liner. No, wrong. I used a bug pen 7-liner for the small details on this, such as hair, eyes, eyebrow, and some of the stuff in the thorns. Not much to say about this. Same thing. I actually put no white in this one, mainly because his eyes are closed, and the eyes is where I put the white in the most. That's the most important part for me to put white in, is the little twinkle in the eye. His eyes are closed, no need for white. And then also, my client was kind of being a little big baby by the end. So when I told him I had to do white, he kind of moaned and groaned a little bit. So I felt bad. I was like, you know what? Maybe we don't need white on this one. And when you come back, if it does need white, I can add some later. Don't tell him I said that. He might beat me up. But yeah, so there's this one. There's that. I will give you his tattoo here, my tattoo here. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I was kind of just more so excited to show you my tattoo more than anything. I had to give myself an excuse to do so. So with that being said, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for subscribing. That button right there. Well, don't push that one because it's not going to do anything. Push the subscribe button there. I just do that for like added effect because I think it's cool. But thank you. I appreciate all you guys coming every single week. I got to stop making like innuendos. Either way, I appreciate everything you guys do for me. It makes me very happy deep down inside somewhere. So until next time, I'm going to leave you guys with that. I love you more than I love sweet baby Jesus. Thank you. Bye.